we are going to talk about, I need a little lipstick because my lipstick, I don't take the lipstick off at night, but I'm going to go in here and put some on in the morning. And then we're going to go get me some coffee. But I wanted to come to you guys to make sure that we talk about Real Housewives of Miami. Did you guys see that's very pink. I'm gonna add some red to it. But did you guys see that the lady on Below Deck was like, oh, this isn't gonna be a good charter because she wore pink lipstick? That was hilarious. Anyway, Grand Rising Curvies. We're gonna talk about Real Housewives of Miami and the cult of Julia. The cult of Julia's lies. Go ahead and smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, ring my bell. Ring my bell so you can get notified when we upload videos over here on the Larger Curves. Maybe the algorithm will let us sister through today. Maybe it will. Because it's been iffy because I was focusing on Love Island. And I think my algorithm got confused because it's like, you usually talk about Bravo stuff. Why are you talking about Love Island stuff? I'm like, well, they're kind of adjacent. They both exist on Peacock. You need to go outside, my love? Yeah. Let me let you out, baby. There you go. I need to cut this watermelon open too, you guys. So, Real Housewives of Miami, are you liking the season? We're 9 episodes in. Or was that 10 last night? Whatever it is, when I saw that seating chart for the reunion yesterday, I was like, well, something must be wrong. Because how is it that we're 9 episodes in and the people who are in first chair are in first chair? They haven't done shit. This is Bravo. I feel like Bravo is part of, I put a comment under their seating chart that it's part of the PSYOP. It does say Trump. It's part of the government PSYOP to elicit a certain response out of certain people, or we don't really know why people get first chair. Like, we used to think, especially in Bravo, that people get first chair because they were first in the season. Like, they had a lot of stuff going on. People were interested. They had great storylines. They had some drama within the friend group or something like that. Everybody's after them. Everybody has a problem with them. The people who people have problems with are usually first chair. And everybody has a problem with Guerdy. So I'm not sure why she ended up in Timbuktu and Alexia gets first chair. Alexia and her barracuda ass. I pet a fish up last year of Alexia looking like the barracuda fish. She really does. I don't think she's aging well at all. I think her eyeballs are getting further and further apart. Not a good look. Anyway, and her soul is getting further and further apart from humanity, the way she's always coming after Guerdy. And then her son and all the men in her life are freaking losers and pedophiles. That Peter guy is he's not a good person. And then Frankie is great, but all the men in her life, Todd, he's gross. Her ex literally got found under another man after he went to jail. Everybody's either a drug dealer in her life or a freaking has a rap sheet from being a drug dealer or a pedophile. It's disgusting. And then they get on this platform and everybody praises Alexia and Marisolis. Really? It's Marisolis, Alexica, Marisolis. Martina never told nothing. Issac, Mizrable Ahi, and Julia's Cult of Lies. Julia, that's her name, Julia. So Julia is Julia. Martina, not a Ferlota. And then we have Issac Mizrable, uh, Lexia, Alexic, because she's icky. Alexica and Marisolis. Those are their new names. I hope I can remember. I just dubbed all of those. Those are all off top, people, because I am very anti the way they've been treating Guerdy. So this episode of Real Housewives of Miami is no different than the other 9 episodes of Real Housewives of Miami, where everybody has a problem with this black woman being fabulous. These freaking haters. They don't even care. They don't even. That shows you the souls of these ladies. That they don't even care. Listen. These ladies, the cult members of Julia's Lies, don't even care to read the truth when it's in their face. They would rather continue a lie and then question this woman about why she thinks that they're a cult because they continue a hive mind. That's why you're a fucking cult. That's why. Is it 2 minutes? Yeah, it's 6 minutes in. I can say fucking. And it's Friday. It's fucking Friday. Happy Friday, you guys. Thanks for being here. But her cult of lies. Bianca Edwards. Thanks for coming through. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Yep, smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button, you guys. Roll 6 Lover. Thanks for coming through. Tasty Frog. Thanks for coming through. And Redford, thanks for coming through. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate it. What happens if I say hi? Oh, no, it doesn't do nothing. So, I don't know. How are you guys feeling about the episode and the season? And how do you feel about all these freaking white ladies and Kiki? Look, the white ladies and Kiki, who we're calling a coconut this season, because she's brown on the outside and white on the inside. Her aligning herself as a Haitian Caribbean woman, aligning herself with these fucking Karens lying on her Haitian sister. That's a coconut move, Kiki. That's some coconut behavior. Okay? All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Didn't Garcelle tell us? Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Garcelle's seating chart was very like this seating chart. Everybody had a problem with Garcelle, and she ended up at the end of the couch in Beverly Hills, and they refused to let the liar Kyle or the liar Erica go anywhere towards the end, which is where they need to be, because they didn't have shit going on except for Garcelle. But no, in true Bravo fashion, they reward the cons, the liars, the racist leaning people, the people with the fakest storyline built on lies and innuendo. Always sit closest to Andy. I wonder, is that because he likes those kind of people in real life? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But it's high key disgusting to be able to use this platform and then have the people on the platforms' lives be affected by the lies of this cult leader, Julia. And she should know a cult because I heard she was a Russian bot. Last time I was talking about her being a Russian bot, my shit went off. So maybe I won't use all of those words this time, but you guys know what I'm saying. And then Adriana, Miss Harvard, she got on the thing and told about how Julia didn't even finish high school, you guys. No wonder she's arrested in her development at the high school level of engaging in lies and deceit on your fellow classmates so that you can gain popularity to sit at the cool girls table. So you start a rumor on who used to be your best friend just so you can get in with the mean girls. It's no wonder she acts like that. She's arrested development in high school that she didn't finish. That's my theory, allegedly. Oh yeah, everything I say here is allegedly for entertainment purposes and speculatively. I don't really know what the fuck is going on. We don't really know. All this stuff has been edited and presented in a way to program the masses to treat certain people like this and certain people like that. So far, the message I'm getting from this season is if you're a full bold-faced liar, then you deserve all the support. You deserve all of the time to spread your lies. But if you're a truth teller and you have receipts to prove the liar, then hey, in this world, fuck that. We don't want no receipts. We don't want to know the truth. We want to just stay blind eyes. And we see the lies are clear as day, but we just want to stay blind to the lies because it feels more comfortable just sitting in the shit of the lie. It's weird. And these are like professional people with their reputations on the line. If I was Marisolis and I was led around by Julia's lies for 9 episodes and I'm supposed to have a reputation of being like, a smart person, I would be mad that they were able to um, con me into believing their lies against Guerdy. I would be mad. Oh, that was my son. Sorry, that's Junior. He just walked by. I have my camera the other way. That was son. Um, but if you are, and let's just call her Icklexia. And if Icklexia, I don't think she really has enough sense to care how she's presented because all the men in her life have her looking really dumb and she loves it. She goes back for more and more. The dumber Todd has her look, the more she mounts that fool. The dumber Todd has her look, the more she mounts that fool. She just be running to Todd, okay? So I don't think really Icklexia would care. Now, Martina Navratilova, look, she had a whole icon status. She was like, she's still iconic. I mean, I remember watching her as a kid do her tennis stuff, and it was amazing. She was a winner. She has like freaking a legacy, right? And now her legacy is that her wife's a bull-faced liar. Bull-faced liar. She's married to a bold-faced liar who would weaponize lies against a cancer survivor and who actually lied on her about her cancer treatment. I bet Julia lied about a lot of stuff. Who's in here? I think my little one's coming in here, so we're going to be in here for a minute. So can you guys hear me okay? Go ahead and tap the screen. It don't cost a thing. Am I talking sense? Do you guys get what I'm talking? Let's see. And Issac, Mizrable. Nobody, your fashions are whack. I haven't even seen your stuff at Target, bro. I haven't seen it at DD's, Ross, Target, TJ Maxx. You're irrelevant. The only thing that you like is that Black women get abused. And I think that's why, look, I'm going to go back and see if he was working with Black models. I bet he wasn't. I bet he was not working with Black models, because if his massage noir is such that he loves watching a Black woman get abused for entertainment, can you imagine what the models at his freaking fashion shows have gone through? I bet there's a bevy of stories about Issac and his ways. I bet, oh my God, I need to go check a Reddit thread and see if there's a Reddit thread on Issac's history of being misogynistic, which is interesting because sometimes I feel like people from the LGBTQ community are excluded from being misogynistic. But hey, insert title here, you know. Bianca, how are you this fine Friday, darling? You know I love you. I saw it. Thanks for liking all my old things. Those are from 2021, girl. All my old, I went through my Instagram because I was like, damn, I have like 2,000 posts on my Instagram, over 2,000. And I look at other people's and theirs are very limited. And I didn't know if that was like good or bad. So I was just trying to clean it up some. So I was like removing all the political stuff for sure. That's over. And but then I got all the way back to 2021 and I had hella freaking videos I used to do for TikTok. I love doing TikTok stuff. And like I really do all that stuff in my real life. Like I just sit around, dance and make up songs all the time. And so having a reason to expose it on TikTok is super fun. Thanks for liking those. I'm a little, oh no, you're under the weather. Oh, I hope you feel better. Dear God, I ask that you touch Bianca's immunity system and just let her immune system and fortify it and heal her and just let her get the rest that she deserves and let everything in her body be working according to her best and highest good and relieve her of any discomfort or ill feelings, God, and just let her be on the mend in no time flat because she deserves it, you know? And look, she's a healthy woman and we want to show evidence of that. So thank you, God, for her immediate healing. Yes. So I'm sorry you're under the weather, darling. Just to So Real Housewives of Miami, it is a little triggering to watch, but in the meantime, I'm watching it. But it has been 9 episodes of triggering. It's disgustingly obvious that Julie is a fucking liar, and the only reason she keeps wanting to move on is because she got caught in another lie. It's horrible. Just a second. Did you guys know that they filmed the reunion? The reunion for Real Housewives of Miami has been filmed. It's a wrap. Guerdy and them posted last night. The trio of angels is Guerdy, Adrina, uh, Adriana, and Lisa Hotstein. And they've been hanging out a lot, you guys. They were together for Lisa's birthday, and then they got together after the reunion. The color of the reunion, I believe, is green. Adriana, I keep saying her name wrong because there was an Adriana on Love Island. But you know, Adriana, she mentioned on Watch What Happens Live that her dress was going to be the color of what the ladies are, green with envy. And Guerdy had on green in the picture that they, let me see, can I find it for you guys? When I walk through, when I walk through. See, this is a picture from Guerdy's social media, and see how she has on green right there. Well, she was hanging out with Adriana right here, who to me, Adriana should very much be closer. Guerdy, Adriana, Lisa should be before Larsa hasn't done nothing but melt before our eyes. Her facelift is looking haggard. Her ears, I've never seen, you know, that little thing in front of your ear? She has that crease of folded skin is so gross and so distracting to look at. She needs to sue that doctor. But Adriana, Guerdy, and Lisa this season so far are more authentic than anybody. Lisa's dad dying. Why is she all the way down at the end of the couch? Um, Adriana, Harvard, really, bitch? You're going to Harvard and doing this show and holding these ladies' feet to the fire? She needs to be closer. Guerdy is on everybody's lips. Everybody hates Guerdy, been lying on Guerdy, judging Guerdy, of trying to isolate Guerdy. And she's way down at the end. But like I said, Bravo loves the liars closest to Andy. Makes them look good, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But okay, so this episode of Real Housewives of Miami, the ladies went over to Marisolis's house, to her little teeny tiny house, which is a little teeny tiny house. And that's what no wonder she was having Nicole freaking investigated because she wanted to, she's trying to ruin Nicole's reputation because she's mad that Nicole has real money. Nicole was the richest one on that cast, you guys. Her and her husband Anthony, that was real money. No, none of these other ladies are like that. Marisol might know people, but she doesn't have the money that freaking Anthony and Nicole have. And so she was having them investigated and followed. Marisol and Marisolis, they were having them followed, you guys. That's so extreme for this talk, for this kind of show. Like, that's a lot. Some Princess Diana shit. Why are you having them followed? You know? So weird. But I really am liking this trio right here. Do you guys like this for a trio? I mean, I hope it's real. It could be strategic, but they've all been let down by Julia. Adriana and Guerdy joining forces now that Julia has made it apparent that she can't be trusted. Julia made it apparent she can't be trusted. And Adriana, it looked like in the preview for later on in the season, is going to be like, you want to be a friend of me? You just got one, bitch, to Julia, because Julia, she keeps pretending like she only knows how to whine about having her back covered, but doesn't understand the concept of having another person's back. She couldn't wait to put Alexia on as an ass helmet. She couldn't wait to put Marisolis on as an ass helmet because they have gotten away with the most on Real Housewives of Miami and given the less, in my opinion. Marisolis hasn't been interesting since her mom died, honestly. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but it's true. Marisolis has not been interesting since her mom died. What has Marisolis done except for come around with her bruja energy and make everybody walk on eggshells every time she's around? And I don't know why they're glamorizing drinking that much when you're a woman of a certain age. Marisolis, how's your liver? Marisolis, how is your liver? How's your liver, Marisolis? For her to sit in this scene and tell Guerdy that Kiki, who's a coconut, we already established Kiki's a coconut, for Marisolis to have sat at her house in her little Izod sweater. I haven't seen an Izod in forever. All this shit must be vintage because I haven't seen hide nor hair of preppy anything at any of the stores I be shopping at. I haven't seen a preppy shirt in so long. I used to be a preppy. I used to wear Argyle sweaters and vests and Izod shirts. I didn't want to wear nothing unless it had a freaking alligator on my titty. Okay. And but that was in like the 80s and the 90s. That was when preppy was like really hot. That's why Marisol was like, oh, preppy, because she grew up like that. And so her and her alligator titty to sit on the couch with this one right here, who looks like a wet something. I'm not sure what's happening with Icklexia, except for that she's so icky. She's so obviously on a mission to talk about anything but her real story. And I feel like just like politicians, don't come up to the meeting about what the storyboard is going to be this season. And then because you don't have anything, you get to attack the other people. That's not what we voted for. I'm positive they didn't vote for this shit. So how it got to be morphed into, why is this lady still on our show? Why is Icklexia still on the Real Housewives of Miami? Somebody put it in the comments. When was the last time she had an authentic storyline that she hasn't regurgitated every season? The whole talk that she did with Peter and Frankie, she's done that at least 3 seasons. At least 3 previous seasons, she's talked about having to have Peter look after Frankie. At least. The whole moving into a different house, at least 3 other times. The whole I'm having problems with a man, every freaking time. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new from Icklexia except for bleach, nips and tucks, and fillers. It's nothing new about Icklexia, but they keep rewarding her. There's nothing new about Mirasolis, but they keep rewarding her. You know, Guerdy just finished fighting cancer, survivor, beautiful family, mixed beautiful family. Her kids are doing their thing. They're growing up in the world today. All the stuff is happening, right? And instead of highlight that, instead of highlight that, they keep throwing her into this pit of freaking vipers. They keep throwing her into this pit of vipers where she has to constantly be stressed out, even though she's supposed to be healing from cancer. And for Julia to have a wife who's in remission from cancer, and so she understands exactly how much. Uh-oh. What the fuck? Uh-oh. Damn it. So she understands exactly how important it is. Damn it. No way. She understands exactly how important it is to have a stress-free kind of environment is optimal for healing from cancer. And yet and still, she's actively lying on Guerdy and trying to turn other people on against her instead of having this friend group available to help increase Guerdy's health span by providing a stress-free environment for her. Julia continuously is lying on Guerdy. And then these bitches, this bitch and this bitch, are helping her by picking up asking her, why would you do that at your party? Why are you questioning Guerdy for proving Julia a liar? But Guerdy's still the problem. You just found out that your ass helmet wearer is a full-fledged liar, but you want to talk to Guerdy about the word cult, and then you're going to sit her down and talk to her and hold the Spain over her. Well, I wanted to talk to you before I invited you to Spain because you said exactly what we are, which is a hive mind cult, and we refuse to see any truth other than the lies we're presented with so that we can regurgitate lies. But you're the problem, Guerdy. So we needed to sit you down and ask you if you're ready to even be a part of this group. And then this bitch, for her to be like, well, do you even want to be here? Bitch, do you want to be here? It seems like Frankie might need more of your attention, Icklexia. How are you asking Guerdy where the fuck she wants to be in part of a group? Because everybody keeps bowing down to you. You're a macro-aggressive subordinate. It's crazy. Who's obviously digmatized by a con man named Todd. And I hope you get whatever Todd's about to do to you. That'll be the payback I have for what you've done to Guerdy. How about that? The payback for what you've done to Guerdy is that whatever Todd does to you and yours, how Todd left your son Frankie, moved out, and Frankie was left home alone, that's part of your fucking karma. Come after Guerdy some more. See what else happens. See what else happens. You keep coming for the blessed one. Keep on coming for her. The scene where Guerdy was talking to Dr. Jackie, I would love a crossover. Oh my God, we need Dr. Jackie to do a visit, or for Guerdy to do a visit to Married to Medicine. That would be outstanding. Bravo, if you're listening, universe, I know you hear me. We need an actual in-person crossover. I love it on the phone, but we need an actual in-person crossover so that we can have Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Miami. And that's the other thing with a great show like Married to Medicine, which is produced by the same people that produce Real Housewives of Miami and Married to Medicine. Both have the same production people. And both are really good shows that get little attention on Bravo. They're like the redheaded stepkids of Bravo. They do the best. They're the most interesting, but they get the least amount of rewards and praise. And shows like them is why Bravo's still on the map, even though they don't get the support from Bravo. It's interesting. It's very interesting. And both have very diverse casts of mostly minorities. Well, Married to Medicine is all alleged minorities. And Real Housewives of Miami. Who's white on my the liar, the colonizer Julia is white, and well, Russian is Caucasian, and Martina Navratilova, aren't they both Eastern European? Yeah, so you know what's up. And then everybody else is DEI. So maybe that's why they don't get a lot of promotional dollars spent on them. Can I just say about this look though for Guerdy's confessional? I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And so I had to get a picture of her in that. And then for this one, and her skinny, wrinkly knees. And I mean, the only reason Marisolis looks so good is because of whatever treatments that she had done, because she was looking very haggard before. So for her to be like, oh, Guerdy's a fashion mess, bitch. You wish. You wish you were as messy as freaking Guerdy in that sense. At least she's real. At least she's real. And that's the other thing. The fake ones always hate the real ones, you know? So what else happened in the episode? Then they had their little lunch where is she? Where's the Rottweiler lady? Then they had their little lunch, you guys. And at the preppy dinner, Stephanie did not like being called a chihuahua by Iclexia. And I love that she was like, can we go talk? Since we're pulling people for chats like it's Love Island. Uh, First, it was Guerdy was like, can I pull you for a chat? To Julia's lying ass. And Julia always acts like she's going to revert. And English isn't her first language whenever she knows she has some explaining to do. She re-thickens her accent very nice and immediately conveys I'm dumb whenever she's about to get called on the carpet. And where's my other phone so I can let you guys hear this? Where's my other phone? Okay. Where's my other phone? Here it is. Someone's going to come in here. School starts soon. Let's see. Is this charged even? Did it not charge? My phone's been tripping. It got super hot yesterday and cut off. There, here it goes. And Mercury went direct. So there's just a little shadow period of like electronics and communication being interfered with. So that's coming on. Because I really liked when Stephanie went right to Eclexia and was like, look, you said that I was a chihuahua as to position me beneath you, and I'm not beneath anybody, bitch. I liked it. I liked it. And she's like, you try to act like you're in charge. And then Alexia was like, oh, I'm sorry if you feel that way. No, bitch, you're sorry that she noticed and she's calling you out. That's really what you're sorry about. Okay, so the phone's coming on. Let's see. Go ahead and smash the buttons. Leave in the comments who is your team right now. Are you with the cult of lies and you think Guerdy should shut the fuck up and eat her bullets? Or are you with the angels of Miami and you want the devils banished? You need all their horns cut off and for them to be sent back to the fiery pits of hell. I'm obviously on the angel side. Go ahead, put it in the comments though, you guys. What side are you on? It's been so hot in California finally. It was like 70s for most of the summer. We had a couple of 90 days, a couple of 100 days. Where I live in California, it's typically like during the summer. I was dreading moving out here to Central California from the coast. And but it was like, more affordable. So we came out here and I was anticipating the summer before we moved. The entire summer in the Central Valley was about 104 degrees, 100 to 104 degrees. They had 114 days, a couple of those that summer before we moved out here. And now since we've been here, it hasn't been that way. So the weather pattern has definitely changed in the last 5 years. And I'm thankful for it. But when it gets hot, it makes up for it. So we've had this weird heat wave, but also not weird because hot August nights is a thing in California where the whole West Coast typically it gets super hot in August, and then we have Indian summer is what we call it in September when we used to go back to school, but now you go back to school in August. But we used to have Indian summer also, which was like another one more week in fall that would be super duper hot. But also when it's super hot, that means it's going to be super cold in the winter. Anyway, that was a little respite. So I like that Stephanie was like, oh, how's the Rottweiler? And then for Alexia to be the one to start it, and now she's crying that it's being used back to her is exactly my problem with Eclexia. She always wants to be the only one to do some shit. But that's not the way the world works, darling. Not even in my motherfucking Ami. You're going to get checked. Who going to check you, boo, people? Who going to check you, Eclexia, people? Who are some of the people? Stephanie and her little stuffed Rottweiler. That's who's checking you today, boo. Because you don't just get to run around and run amok and think that everything you do, that your shit doesn't stink, because your shit stinks plenty. And we can smell it through the screen. You are actually full of shit, Eclexia. Oh, well, I just called you that, but you can't call me that back. Bitch, no, it's America. We still have freedom of speech. You call me a chihuahua in front of these people and say that you're a Rottweiler. I get to call you Roddy every time I see you, bitch. How about that? You started it. You don't get to tell me how I react to you disrespecting me. And that's the problem. They all are trying to tell Guerdy too how to react to the utter disrespect of being lied on by a Russian escort. How is that the problem? The lies are the problem. You calling Stephanie names was the problem. Them responding to the lies and them responding to the name calling is not the issue. However, in a gilded cage of white privilege or white leaning privilege, of course you think that you're in charge of everything that comes out of everybody's mouth. Of course you do. Of course you think you can walk up to a browner person and think you own their space, their mind, and their time to the point of you want them to act the way you need them to act so that you're comfortable being a bitch. But it's America, and there's a whole lot of people that are not with that right now. The whole thing. Have you seen how many people are fighting back, talking back, biting back? I saw a video the other day where the people had the people come out of the house with their hands up, and their dog came out too and attacked the canine dog. Because we're all fighting back. Even the fucking dogs are fighting back. Okay? So you call him somebody a Chihuahua, she's going to fight you back, a Rottweiler. And you know Chihuahuas have a special technique where they can take down a big dog because you get those fucking ankles. Even dogs have 4 Achilles tendons. Okay? That's the thing that took out Achilles. He was the greatest fighter over there, right? With the Trojans and all that stuff, right? And he was the greatest fighter, won every battle. So do not disturb. Now watch her call right back, even though I declined it. That's my mom. Let's hurry up and call her on this other phone. She's only called on the other phone for the whole week. And now I'm live, and she calls on the phone I'm live on. It's just energy attracting energy, you know? Just a second, you guys. Let's call Mama Curves and let her know not to call on the other phone. Oh, look, now she's calling on the other phone. Mamacita? Hey, Mamacita, I'm going to call you back so we can finish our Proverbs. You guys, me and Mama Curves have been reading Proverbs, and we are supposed to finish it up today. There's 31 chapters in Proverbs, and so we have to do 15 through 31 because I was supposed to do 10 a day, and then I fell asleep last night. But now I'm already live today, and so, yeah, we're going to have to read that later. So don't call on the other phone. Only call on this phone for now, okay? Yeah, I'll call you when I'm done. Okay, I love you a lot. Peace. So that was Mama Curves, you guys. End. Okay. So where was I? Oh, I was ranting about these bitches, the devil horn bitches over here. And then Issac Mizrahi. That's what I wanted to try to find for you. What did Guerdy say about Issac Mizrahi? Because I was very disgusted by it. Yeah, I was very disgusted by Issac saying, with glee, we talked about it in the last live I did. You guys can check it out. It's on my homepage right now. So if you guys go over there, we were talking about it last time about the massage noir, the freaking disgusting, toxic masculinity that is Issac Mizrahi, Mizrable, Issac Mizrable. Yeah, he's not a good person. And for Andy, I feel like Andy should have pushed back harder when Issac's ass was literally clapping that Guerdy got assaulted. He was so gleeful. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. When these two were on the show, Watch What Happens Live, and Julia was talking about, well, doing her fake, I'm sorry, people are still talking about me assaulting this black lady. I thought they would have shut the fuck up by now because I am a Russian escort after all. But no, you guys are still talking about it and still want me to try to answer for it. So let me change my answer again. And on Watch What Happens Live tonight, the reason I threw the water was an entirely different reason than all the other episodes that I've ever done. Because you're a lying cow. That's why. And then you have this dude right here, the Crypt Keeper's hand right here. You can't really see him. I'm going to have to go back to the original. Then you have the Crypt Keeper's hand right there. Issac. He has devil horns. Is he in this one? He's in this one. Issac. He's way over on the, you see the little, doesn't he look dark? Doesn't he look like he might like, Anyway, so I, as a Black woman, as a human, when I saw Guerdy get assaulted, I was like hurt for her. It was like a humiliation ritual. And I did not like watching it. I did not like seeing it. I did not, and I hated even more that nobody comforted her. Nobody humanized her in that moment. Even though they didn't directly throw the water, they could have humanized her by checking on her, passing her a tissue, chastising the devil, Julia. They could have, said that wasn't right. They could have done anything, but all those fucking devils just sat there and now are upset that Guerdy has a feeling and reaction and a need to prove herself right, especially after that humiliation, because the humiliation was based off of lies. She threw that water at Guerdy to have her shut the fuck up because she was telling the truth. And you're about to ruin all the lies I've been telling on you off season, bitch. So let me throw my germ-infested water on you, cancer survivor. Let me go ahead and do that. Let me throw my germ-infested water on you. And then Isaac Mizrahi said what he said. And I really wanted to know what Guerdy thought about it. And luckily, God answers prayers.
Okay. The one from Isaac Mizrahi. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Isaac Mizrahi one. Yeah, let's talk about it. What was your reaction to seeing him say that he was glad she threw the water?
Can you guys hear that okay? Let me know if it's too distorted or anything, please. But this is Guerdy's response to the glee Isaac displayed. And then Guerdy didn't talk about it, but I noticed a nice little smile on Julia's devil ass face when he was laughing about it.
Yeah.
She's crying, you guys.
I'm so sorry.
Disgusting. I didn't come on TV to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So for that to be said to someone like myself and any woman, for men to say he was glad that somebody got assaulted, the most degrading situation I've ever been in, and someone's clapping. So,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Guerdy. Yeah, that was, and I think that, again, it's one of those moments though where you see how many people are supporting you and how many people have called that moment out that happened on Walk Happens Live, and so I hope that you can take some solace in knowing that there are people that
I've been doing the work. I've been going to therapy every week, and the whole thing. It's like when you get a clip like that, it's so fresh. Because now I'm like going back to the moment that he's talking about that he loves so much. And that's like, that blows my mind. That blows my mind.
I'm going to replay it.
I saw multiple clips, including the one from Isaac Mizrahi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Isaac Mizrahi one. Yeah, let's talk about it. What was your reaction to seeing him say that he was glad she threw the water? Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Disgusting. I didn't come on TV to do this. So, for that to be said to someone like myself and any woman, for men to say he was glad that somebody got assaulted, the most degrading situation I've ever been in, and someone's clapping. So,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Guerdy. Yeah, that was, and I think that, again, it's one of those moments though where you see how many people are supporting you and how many people have called that moment out that happened on Walk Happens Live, and so I hope that you can take some solace in knowing that there are people that
I've been doing the work. I've been going to therapy every week, and the whole thing. It's like when you get a clip like that, it's so fresh. Because now I'm like going back to the moment that he's talking about that he loves so much, and that's like, that blows my mind. That blows my mind.
So that was disgusting, you guys. And I said it too.
I saw multiple clips.
It was disgusting that he said that. That people in the audience also laughed and clapped, I believe, when he said it. Let me look for the clip when Issac Mizrahi talked Guerdy. Okay. Okay. Watch what happens live. Watch what happens live, Guerdy. I'm Googling it, you guys. Let's see if this is it.
And popping because did you see last night's whatever that was? Did you see that last night? Watch What Happens Live. I heard.
I did. I wanted to talk to you about the Watch What Happens Live. What are your thoughts?
Well, I still am flabbergasted at how she's apologizing only for the water throwing assault and not the lies. That's what's blowing my mind.
Yes.
And so that tells me that this person has not learned a single thing, is not really apologetic, and it's because of the backlash that she's doing this about the water splashing in my face that she threw. Only.
And you can't see water splashing. Water splashing is like if you're on a boat and all of a sudden water splashes.
Yes. And for Issac Mizrahi, if you're listening, I am disgusted. Unacceptable. And this is not for entertainment, okay? I was degraded on national television, humiliated, and how dare you?
And she sat there and just
grinned. Because if I was really sorry, I was going to say, you know what? I'm so sorry. This is not right. I really mean I'm sorry, and I don't need you to hype me up on this. Disgusting.
There was absolutely no reason it needed to get to that point. And if she did do it, and it was a reflex, like she's trying to claim, why not say, I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry right now. I love you. I'm sorry.
A third physical offender, okay? Let's go back to Bahamas. She tried to pour an entire ice bucket on Marisol, and we helped make that not happen. And there's another situation that was not aired, okay? That was actually interesting as well. So we will discuss this at the reunion because the sweet voice is going to only take you so far. And when you have repeat offenses, we're going to have to talk about it.
Yeah, I think.
So that was her talking on Two Teas in a Pod. And that was her talking in Teddy Mellencamp. They have some great conversations on Two Teas in a Pod as survivors and fellow housewives who get dogged out a lot for, no apparent real reason. Well, in Teddy's case, there was the Puppygate thing, but still, I didn't understand what the big deal was about that. The fucking dog bit somebody. You took it back. What the fuck? It was your dog. You can do with what you want. How are you going to buy something and then there is instructions on how you have to dispose of it or else? What? Well, then I need a bigger discount then if you're still involved in my decision-making process with what I own. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. It's like, so I don't own this dog. It's being leased. You know what I mean? Because cars, of course, they have those contracts where you're like, okay, yeah, you own it, but not really, because you still got to make our payments. But anyway, so let's listen to that one more time because both times she uses the word disgusted, and both times she tears up just at the thought of these white people having glee at her Black pain. And everybody has seen or heard by now how Black women are the least protected in the chain of command. And this is just further proof that everybody's like just laughing off the assault, laughing off the blatant lies and the harm to reputation, laughing off the slander, laughing off the freaking defamation, just laughing it off. But if it was a white person, they would be like, oh my God, Julia did what? We need to prove her wrong. And it's just the obvious duplicity in the scheme of things that also a person like, especially like for a Caribbean in America, they don't necessarily have the same exact like, experiences to the point where the feelings of FBAs, of what has happened to our ancestors and things like that, we carry that with us. So like there's that edge on us. They don't really have that edge, like how Garcelle on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills didn't have the same reaction that a FBA, so to speak, would have had. You know what I mean? People who know. So, and that's because she didn't have the same exact experience. It's a different lived experience. And even though it's the same skin, for some reason it's slightly different. I don't know. They could still be like, that's them, So for Guerdy to have her white husband, her mixed kids, live in a very diverse Florida area and be mostly accepted among her peers, to now have this shocking, glaring realization that no, you're just Black and we're going to lie on you, we're going to assault you, we're going to do with your person what we will. And you better shut the fuck up and eat your bullets. Just shut up and take it. Comply, comply, comply is what we're hearing Guerdy get. Where the aggressors, the attackers, the actual lying, soulless, irksome, disgusting, willing to listen to lies and just like spew hateful comments. I was really surprised at Martina Navratilova's level of audacities to just be on camera disparaging Guerdy over the lies her wife is telling. I cannot wait. I hope we get to hear that conversation. And that's another thing before we go. What do you guys think really happened with the daughters? Because I feel like 2 and 8's not adding up. I feel like something's afoot. No matter what age siblings are, there's usually like a glee in an addition to a family. So this whole, they're mad about we didn't communicate. Didn't communicate what? That they're Black? Didn't communicate what? That they're under 2 and you guys are 67, going to be 87 when they graduate from, you're going to be in your 80s when they graduate from high school, 85 or whatever it is, when they graduate from high school. Really? So I really wonder what really happened with the daughters. That they haven't met their 2 Black brothers that are babies that have no part of this. Like they don't have nothing to do with you hating the parents. And if you do hate the parents, then you do need to go check on the kids. Because there's a reason that you as adults hate your parents enough to not fuck with them as soon as they get 2 new kids. Like what did you do to them that they're like, oh my God, you got 2 new ones and you didn't even talk to us about it first? Well, what could have possibly been done? I don't know. But it's very interesting to me that they brought it up publicly. So is that because the daughters have already spoken about it or might speak about it? So they want to try to like, pregame sympathy or minimize their story. Pregame sympathy or minimize their story. So they're on a national global platform talking about, oh, the girls are upset we didn't communicate. And the girls only have like their little circle of friends and their Instagrams to go back and be like, well, what really had happened was mom did this and mom did that, So now that immediately that immediately dilutes whatever the daughters say, because our first thought is, oh, the mom said that you guys didn't even communicate with you about it. So how would you have this for information? You see what I'm saying? But I go deep, you guys. Level 8 is kind of deep. So yeah, it really is interesting why these daughters, especially because usually daughters, girls, they're like, oh my gosh, baby dolls, no matter what, but they are like living abroad and not wanting to come home, and their 2 little black brothers haven't even got to meet them yet because they're so upset with whatever their mothers didn't communicate. That's weird. That's very weird dynamics for a family. Why? So what is it? What? I'm intrigued. I wonder if there's a Reddit thread about the real reason that all that happened. Because why'd you bring that up at the dinner table? That is so weird. Because we never hear anything about Martina's family. Anyway, somebody needs to interview those daughters and let me know where to find it. Okay? What else happened in the episode? Oh, the ladies are going to go to Spain. One thing I did notice when the ladies were at the preppy party and Marisolis was saying Guerdy looked, her fashions were whack and that she didn't have any fashion sense, and that she regifted the bar item. Let me see. I think I have what Guerdy posted about that. Where did it go? Let's see. Damn. No, it would have been after empanadas. I made the best burrilla empanadas the other day. Well, I just decided to call them empanadas because what I really did was I made a patty pie dough and used leftover burrilla and stuffed them with burrilla and cheese. The kids loved it. Where is the proof? In the meantime, nicolandria, for your viewing pleasure, while I find this receipt from Guerdy. I'm positive I was pretty positive. I screenshotted the thing. Yeah, is this it? Is this it? Here. Yep, got it. So for Marisol to not only say that Guerdy's fashions were whack, but to then say, oh, I'll take this regifted bar thing. I heard Lisa gave it to her. So Guerdy had to show that she used her Amex ending in blackout to pay $346 for this bar that she brought to you. Enjoy the cockies. You're welcome, by the way. You see, this is from Guerdy's Instagram page, because she has to keep on proving these bitches wrong. They are all playing in her face. It's not cute. It's just like one lie after another disparagement, after another defamation, after some more slander. You know what I'm saying? And for what? Because you don't have a storyline? Because your daughter's not talking to you? Because Todd left you? Because you've done 6 weddings now on Real Housewives of Miami, Mary Solis? So you have nothing. Guerdy is the moment, remains the moment. You guys are mad she gets so much attention, but you're hating on her, gets her more attention. So you're really biting yourself in your own foot, or biting your nose to spite your face. But no, you guys are you reaching so far. You're really biting your foot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But the way she proves them right and wrong every time. Proves herself right and comes with the American Express receipt. Okay? And you know that gets paid every month. American Express is just, I don't have it today. But you're going to have it by the end of the month, period. Because that's when they get paid. Yeah, they don't have interest because you're paying me by the end of the month, fool. Yep. And that's why that American Express from Erica Girardi, that used $25 million to fund her persona and lifestyle and glam and everything. $25 million over like 12 years, you guys. Allegedly. Speculatively. Yeah, but you guys can Google it. Attorney Ronald Richards is constantly posting about the Erica Girardi case. And she's going to court, you guys. They're taking her to court. Did you guys hear about this? How they're saying that Beyonce culturally appropriated Marilyn Monroe? You guys. Pierce Bronson. Let me see. I don't have Instagram on this phone. Darn. Maybe it's in the Tic Tac. Let's see if it's in my Tic Tac. I want you guys to hear real quick what Pierce Bronson said about Beyonce culturally appropriating Marilyn Monroe. And actually, if you look at these, you're looking at these pictures side by side. It's like Marilyn Monroe could never. No, I love Marilyn Monroe. Boop boopy doop. I want to be loved by you, just you, and nobody else but you. I want to be kissed by you. I love boop boopy doop. I want to be kissed by you, just you. What's his name? Pierce Morgan. And nobody else but you. I wanna be. My head gets light trying to sing so breathy like her. I wanna be loved, cause yeah. And oh look, Dion has entered the chat, you guys. Dion Warwick. So okay, let me find the comment that Dum Dum made, because he always has his racist slip showing. He always has a racist slip showing. Okay. It's super bias, super comply mentality. The hands were up, but yeah, but he still could have done more to comply. Yeah, okay, whatever, bitch. So, yeah, he called her. Here, is it going to be here? He called her a cultural appropriator for this Levi's ad that is obviously to go against the other ad that Sydney Sweeney did. And I'll tell you guys what, the problem with Sydney Sweeney's ad isn't what she said. It's that the words that were on the initial post, which they redid, because they had to redo something. Remember, they did redo something. What did they redo? They redid the words on the original post, which said she had great genes. Genes were the words that they put at the end of the ad. So that is based off of race and the conspiracy that people that sat on the porch and watched everybody else do the work and then took the credit and got all the money from are somehow superior. Okay? So that's what that was saying. But only to people who get it. So then they redid the ad and said Sydney Sweeney has great genes with JEANS as the spelling because they redid the ad, you guys. And now they're like, what are you guys so mad at? It's just words. So now they're acting like what she's saying in the ad is the issue, which it's not. And I'm from the 70s. Hey, I saw the original commercial with Brooke Shields do a Calvin Klein commercial in which she said that she has great genes and all that stuff. Hey, that's original content. But also in that commercial, they spelled it JEANS, right? So now they're making this whole fake, it's all psyop. They're making this whole fake thing because they had to correct something because they did do some messed up stuff. But now they're acting like the reaction to the messed up stuff that they did that is now disappeared somehow makes the person complaining about it just complaining. Oh, they're just being woke again. It's just some words. She's just talking about the blue jeans. Obviously, they're dummies. When we clocked you, we saw what we saw. You changed what we saw. So now it's like in 2025, listen, now that you brought it up, let's talk about why you feeling like ballsy enough to bring it up. But no, you're just complaining some more. So I almost feel like Pierce Morgan, yet again, showing his racist leaning dealings, in my opinion, allegedly, speculatively, because his bias is strong against it, against Brown. For him to say that somehow this ad of Beyonce is culturally appropriating Marilyn Monroe? Where? Just because his white mind thinks Marilyn Monroe, when he looks at Beyonce in this, I'm thinking Diane Carroll personally. Those who know. And that's a black woman. That's a black actress extraordinaire, Diane Carroll. She used to rock a bob like nobody's business in Dallas, remember? So the haircut isn't specific to Marilyn Monroe. Blonde can grow out of a black person's head. So what is he saying? What about this is stealing anything from Marilyn Monroe? It's bizarre. But I think I found what he said. What did he say? Is this it? No, we don't want to hear that. Oh, now he's saying it was a joke. Uh-huh. That's because everybody came for his ass, including Dionne Warwick. I want to hear him say it. I want you guys to hear him say that shit. He sounds so stupid. So it says, Pierce Morgan tweeted, very disappointed to see Beyonce culturally appropriate Marilyn Monroe in her new Levi's ad. First off, if it's Levi's ad, then Levi picked the outfit, fool. Levi picked the outfit, right? So, but yeah, blame it on Beyonce for being in the campaign, just like supposedly we blamed it on Sydney for saying she has great genes. It wasn't even about Sydney. Nobody cares. So what if she goes over to Mar-a-Lago all the time? She's going to end up in one of the massage rooms at in the new suite if she's not careful, allegedly. But yeah, so what? Nobody cares about, people aren't really checking about that beforehand. That only came out that she kicks it at Mar-a-Lago and loves Jeff Bezos, um, you know, as a result of the controversy. I don't know. It was like sitting there waiting to be thrown out that who she supports, you know. And it's actually their way. Think about this. This is also, you know how powerful Taylor Swift has been to the Democratic base. Check this. I just thought of this. The universe just gave this to us. So Taylor Swift has been very influential in politics without even being in politics. You know, she influences the Democrats and the Democratic youth, right? And it was realized in several huge elections that what Taylor did, a lot of the Swifties did who were of voting age, allegedly. So the Republicans don't really have that for that age group, right? Enter Sydney Sweeney. What if they've been grooming her to be Taylor Swift's like Republican altar? So she's from Euphoria. In Euphoria, she's a fast ass. And I like Euphoria. I can't wait till it comes back for the last episode. Too bad that rest in heaven, that guy who had the scar on his head. But so she's from there. She's a child actress. People typically, you know, they don't really care if she's in stuff or not and stuff. Nobody knew what she was doing before. Let's see if it helps her or not. But what if they've been like grooming her to be the Republican Taylor Swift moment, you know? So put her around Jeff Bezos, put her at Mar-a-Lago, you know, heighten her views that she subscribes to, that they subscribe to, you know, then put her in this controversial put it or in a classic commercial and make it controversial by writing GENES and having her say the word jeans, and then you see the word jeans and now they mean the word jeans. You see it? You see it? So they're playing with it. And now the people are rushing to American Eagle, who was actually having some money problems before this. And they were in a lot of money problems, according to the TikToks that this one guy who does marketing over there does. And so he was also speculating that this could be part of a massive, like, you know, marketing campaign and also social campaign. So, but I'm thinking now about the Taylor Swift of it all. Even though Sydney Sweeney doesn't have Taylor Swift numbers, she is a direct opposite to that political alignment. You know what I mean? And I just came up with that all by myself, you guys. If I could do it, you could do it. So anyway, that's what he said. But let's see. Dionne Warwick says, getting involved in women's business again, I see. She said, yes, that means he's a Mitch, you guys. It's giving obsessed, one fan wrote. Whack him again, Dionne. Always here for the clapbacks. Yes. So Dionne clapback, you guys. But yeah, Pierce, all of them. They're all just, oh, this obvious cultural appropriation. There's a whole clip about it. Let me see the videos. Because he was on a whole panel, just block, 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 block. Oh, but now there's the video. There you go. Beyonce appropriation. By the way, you guys, just so you know, Black people can grow blonde hair out of their head. And you don't even have to be an albino to make it happen. But yeah. I want to see the actual clip. He was arguing with somebody. See if it opens.
Why people like me are tired. Because you get headlines like this from foolishness from people to say that black people are culturally appropriating white people. Baby, are you serious? Listen, we are in an era of America to where they are very loud and proud about not wanting us to be, and let's be clear, that's always been the status quo. But they've always tried to manipulate, hide, and disguise the fact that, you know, they might be racist, that they don't care for us, that they policies and procedures not for us. But everybody has been loud and proud. And what I would like to see is all of these people, and not because it's Beyonce. Let me also say that. Love Beyonce, but it's bigger than that. It's just the fact that we have got to stop having people get on national television, have all these platforms where they can get on and spread hate and misinformation and not be held accountable. Because the double standard is, as a black person, especially a black gay man in America, I don't have that privilege. As a black woman in America, Beyonce doesn't have that privilege. So when we excel and we do things, it's because we're really that damn good. And was already against the odds for us to win anyway, baby. This is why
So
like me are tired.
that's just one person's view about it. And so it's a hot topic right now. And he's obviously now gone back and said it was a joke. And I bet that'll be Julia's next answer on everything she's done to Guerdy. I mean, she's lied. She's had like 80 different reasons so far why she threw the water. She has not really addressed her lies yet. So we still get, I think we can look forward to some more lies about the lies, you know. So I don't know. We might do a counter over here. Anyway, you guys, thanks for coming through to LRGA Curves. We're going to review Real Housewives of Miami again next week. Well, I'm sure. And keep an eye out. Have your bell rung. Smash that like button. Smash the subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Remember, there's enough to go around, you guys. So go get some. Okay?